services, real estate, and e-commerce sectors. All right. So I've helped about 2,000 individuals, transition from their into tech career path. All right. So it's been a minute. All right. I've been in this sector in a minute. All right. So everything tech. All right. So I like to come and say the data guy. Anything data, I'm your go-to guy. All right. So yeah, that's a bit about we are. I currently am the head of data with Vliso Inc. All right. Um, so yes, I mean, anyways, that's just a bit about me. Uh, we can talk more about me at some other time, but this is not about me today. Today is about you guys, all right? The mistakes people make, all right, in their CV. So it's going to be about not just you, about all of us actually, all right? Some little errors that we make and how do we fix them. Little and major errors actually that people make that cost them this job. Because sometimes people often wonder, I'm good enough, why not get a job? All right. I'm a badass data analyst. I'm a badass business analyst. So why are they not calling me? All right. So it's not entirely your fault, but the fault because your CVs are not getting to the front of recruiters. So people are not seeing you to notice you, to call you, to invite you, to defend yourself. All right. So you don't get in front of a recruiter. There's no way they'll call you for an interview. There's no way you get that job. All right. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you are not presenting yourself well. Because the way I like to see CV, all right, or your resume is a ticket to your show, all right. Imagine you're going for a concert. That CV allows you to get into the show. You're going for a Burna Boys show, for instance. Now you need a ticket to get into that show, all right. Without that ticket, you can get in. So to get in front of a recruiter, all right, you need your CV to get inside the show, all right, to get in that room with the recruiters, all right. So your CV is what allows you get into the room with the recruiter. And you can imagine you going to the show without your ticket, they will bounce you, all right. You get bounced. So you don't do your CV properly, you get bounced, and then you don't speak with the recruiter, and then you begin to wonder, what am I getting rejections? All right, why? All right, so these are the simple mistakes we'll discuss today. All right. So I did say earlier already, mistakes we'll be discussing, how to fix these red flags quickly, and then tips you need to make, all right, that makes your CV stands out. All right. Quite a number of things are actually, it's going to be interesting, okay? But these are the little things we'll be discussing, all right, and more actually. All right. And also, where do we come in? How do we help you bridge this gap? These mistakes you're making. Yes, you can fix this mistake. However, there is a whole lot more than just having to have a very good and proper resume. All right. You need to, there are more to it. Okay. So if you stay to the end of this call, we'll be discussing a whole lot of things. Okay. All right. So now I just highlighted a little of them, all right, some of these mistakes that people make, just a couple of them. And the number one, as cliche as it may sound, spelling and grammatical errors is, I'll give you an instant, guys. About a month ago, or thereabouts, somebody sent a CV that we had to interview. And before, we didn't invite the person for an interview, okay? Now, this interview is not even you applying via the website. You had to send people were to send CV via email. Okay, so of course all emails sent, we got them. Okay, and when I saw the CV, we didn't even bother calling that person because there was no need. All right, if you are saying you can do XYZ, all right, and then I'm saying a different thing, or I'm saying the CV not properly written with errors, grammatical errors, are like, nah, there's no need in wasting our time in interviewing this person. And now, so send a mail back, of course, unfortunately, and the person will be like, so the thing is, the person might be good, okay, the person might be good, but we didn't even speak to them to even know if they are actually good enough for the role. Your CV is what basically represents you before they even call you for an interview. So I saw this CV, I'm like, nah, there's no need. So I told the HR, there's no need to speak with this person. Um, there's no need inviting her for the interview because it's just a total waste of time. All right. And then simple error, simple mistake. I'll be like, if so, it's like it's me basically saying that if you cannot take time to actually write the proper CV, then what are you coming to do for us? So now this is a CV that we even see. All right. So now imagine that this CV has to go through 8 years, has to, before it gets to the front of the recruiter, it gets, lots of CV gets offloaded. All right. It doesn't even get a chance to get to a recruiter. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sam? Now it gets 8 years, will probably just push it out. All right. ATF will push it out and it doesn't get to see to meet a recruiter, and then they're not like, okay, maybe the person meant A and then type B. Okay, do you know what? Let's even speak with them. All right. But that was just so bad that we did not even had to call the person. We couldn't call the person for an interview because it was that bad. All right. So spelling and grammatical errors, all right, is really, 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 really a terrible thing. All right, in your CV. All right. Another mistake people have, and another mistake people make is that when writing their resume, okay, they list what they have done. All right. Now they write stuff like trying to give a typical example of what people do. Um Stuff like I led, or not even led now. I was the bank manager at this organization where, you know, I was able to help the company grow, stuff like that, something very basic and generic. And then you'd be like, okay, so now imagine somebody that has written that, and then somebody that has been able to quantify what they have done. All right. They're able to quantify what they have done. They said, oh, and I like to use this simple format. All right. This very simple format. I used X to do Y, which led to Z. I used Power BI to do Y, which led to a 75% increase in revenue. That makes sense. You are telling me what you have done, and you'll be able to quantify what you have done. Now it makes sense to me. Like, okay, if you've helped this company to generate or um, increase the revenue by 70%, then of course I want to speak with you to ask or to know more about how you did that. That way you can now come and replicate what you have done for that company. That's easy. Okay. I can see your achievement. I can see what you have done. Your CV is telling me you have done it. Then, of course, I'll get intrigued. I want to speak to you to know, okay, how do you do this? The time when you said you did XYZ, how did you do it? And how did you come about that? Then you come and speak more on it. Your CV is not the point, or not, it's not the place where you get to write story for each bullet point, trying to explain what you did and how you did it. No, your CV is to get you to the point where is you get in front of the recruiter. That way you can now explain further and tell them about the time where you did that stuff and how you did it and how you achieved it, how you led that team, how you were able to, against all odds, do XYZ, which, increase profits, increase revenue, reduce downtime, anything to quantify what you have done. All right. So you need to, your achievement needs to be stated. And when stating them, you need to quantify them. All right. You could not necessarily just in percentage. You could talk about how you're able to do that. Maybe you save the company 75,000 USD, by implementing stuff. All right. Or you were able to, save cost or reduce downtime by 20%. That is you quantifying what you have done. That is what any recruiter want to see. That is how they can see that you are okay. This person can be of value to us. All right, come replicate or even do better. All right, you have a even robust team. Okay, so come join this team and help us do this and help us. What you say you've done, come do it for us. That's simple. All right. Now, another mistake people often make is they use the same CV for every job. And sometimes it's so funny when I get to see some resume because people are lazy to tailor their CV to every job. So they probably applied for a job for a particular company, okay? And because they were too lazy to even open to see what the content of that CV, all right, before sending it out for a new job, you just, do you know what, copy, paste, and then send. Whereas what is on that resume is not what you are looking for. All right. If we say you're looking for somebody that can do Y, your CV says you can do X. I mean, it's best you go meet people that need your X. Do you understand? Because what we are looking for is Y. So it just makes no sense for recruiters want to speak with you if what they are looking for is not what you can do. All right. What you say you can do is not what they are looking for. So it doesn't align. All right. It doesn't align. So they don't need you. All right. They don't need you. Not because they don't need you, but because you don't, it doesn't show that your CV doesn't show that they need you or they should call you and speak with you to, understand who you are and see if you're the right fit for the job. All right. Your CV is saying something completely different. All right. The job description is saying something completely different. Or for instance, they're looking for somebody that's um let me give an instance now that can use, let's say, Power BI. Okay. All right. Power BI. All right. Some companies will not tell you they're looking for specifically Power BI. Some people will say any BI tool. Okay. Any BI tool is fine. It could be Power BI, it could be Tableau, it could be Looker. Okay. Any of these BI tools is fine. Now, that's fine. Okay. So you could go ahead and apply. But when a company specifically says they need somebody that's, is experienced or well experienced or has over 3 years experience in using Power BI, all right? Specifically, that is what they want. And the CV you're going to apply says Tableau, okay? Says Tableau. I mean, they wouldn't call you. Now, I will give you guys a typical example. A couple of years back, I was applying to a company, okay? And then they required somebody that was proficient in Tableau, all right? And at the time, I could only use Power BI. Like, okay, what do I do? So while tailoring my CV to that job description, I stated it as I could use both Power BI and Tableau. Okay, the company for an interview. I went there, spoke with the HR, finished the first round of interview with the HR. The second one was now with the like a technical interview now with other team members in the company. So I told them, then they asked again, oh, you said you can use Tableau. I said, yes, I use Tableau. However, Tableau is not my go-to BI tool. All right. I'd rather Power BI. And why is that? Because if you look at the BI tools out there, the best BI tool as at now is Power BI. And I proved it. There's this can't remember the name again, something quadrants. Can't remember the name. So at the time, even at the time, Power BI was the best BI tool to use. So it was Power BI, Tableau, and Looker. All right. So I said, yes, Gartner's quadrants. That's the name, Gartner's quadrant. So I said, I mean, if you look at the Gartner's quadrants, Power BI is the best BI tool to use, and that is why I'm more comfortable and feel like, okay, that is what most companies would want to use. So I had to convince them to look, yes, you use Tableau. I can use it, but anyways, you guys switch to Power BI. It makes sense. All right. But if before applying, my CV was saying Power BI, they need Tableau, they wouldn't call me. All right. Even though that interview, after that interview, I didn't get a job. All right. But I had an interview with them because of what was on my CV. This is what they needed. All right. Was Tableau, and Power BI was what I said I could use. So I was able to get in front of the recruiters to try to convince them that, look, yes, Tableau is what you use, but I mean, I can use it, okay, but how about you guys switch to Power BI? All right, that would make more sense. Even though no problem, I can even use Tableau. Bear in mind that I can't use Tableau, all right, but I was willing to, if given the job, I would quickly, I mean, I could use one BI tool. I'll just, take couple of lessons in Tableau and I'm good to go. Do you understand? It puts me in front of the recruiters. I mean, they were impressed in trying to convince them to change to Power BI, but they're like, okay, do you know what? Go and do this in in Tableau, and they gave me 3 days to just do it. So it wasn't enough time to wrap my head around Tableau, but I got in front of the recruiter and they were impressed. All right. And I still kept in touch with one of them for a bit, and it was a very good stuff. Do you get what I mean? So if companies are looking for X and then you don't have that X, you are saying why, they will not call you. They will not call you because you are not the person they are looking for. All right. And that is just how it did. Now, that's just one example of Power BI. Now just imagine that across every other thing you have on your resume. You say you have X, you're looking for Y, they wouldn't call you. All right. So every CV needs to be tailored to the job description to get a call back. All right. Another mistake people also make is including photos. If it is not a modeling role, you have no business, your picture has no business on your resume. And I've seen a lot of people, people share sample or templates for resumes, and then you see picture there. You don't need it. All right. You don't need it. All right. Don't put your picture in there. Nobody needs to see your face. All right. When you go for the interview, turn on your camera, they will see you, you would see them, and then you converse. All right. Nobody's trying to see this person. Do they have brown eyes? Do they have green eyes? Are they blonde? Are they dark? None of that matters. Okay. You want to be able to, you are selling what you can do. All right. So if it's a modeling job, that's fine. Otherwise, please remove it. All right. Another mistake people make is on their resume, say for instance now they're in the UK, all right, and they're based in let's say Manchester, for instance now, all right, and then you're applying for a role in let's say London, okay, and you now on your resume you now write your name, your email address, the link to your LinkedIn, and then you now put um um Manchester, all right, which is where you reside. Okay, you put Manchester, United Kingdom. That is fine. All right, you apply for a job in London. Okay, now some recruiters will call when they call you, when they find your CV, when they find it very interesting. Okay, they'll call you for an interview, and then they speak with you, and then they tell you tell them that um then they ask, okay, you say you stay in Manchester, and then be like, yes, but the job is in London. Can you commute or can you relocate? Okay, that's fine. Now that is if they call you. What if they don't? Some people not call you because they will assume maybe the person cannot commute or relocate to London. All right. So don't let recruiters make that decision for you. All right. Don't allow recruiters make that decision for you. Be the one to decide if you want to move to London or not. The truth is, you may be willing to move to London. Okay. You may be willing to move to London. You're like, I don't mind. Okay. If I get a job, I can move. So you have your resume, your name, your email, link to your LinkedIn, and then you have United Kingdom, or you have the UK in there. Now, when you go for your interview, all right, and then like the job is in London. You know it's in London now. Of course, after you've done your research and your due diligence in checking where the company is and stuff like that. So they're in London and you are willing to relocate to London. Okay. So you go in there, like, yeah, I live in London. I mean, it's not an issue. That's fine by me. You go ahead. All right. So you are the one making that decision that you want to relocate or you don't want to relocate. Don't allow recruiters make that decision for you. All right. By telling you that the job is in London and we don't think this person is a good fit, and then they move ahead with people that are in London. No, I'll be the one to decide whether or not you want to move. Okay, so that's some sort of error people often make. So don't in fact, some people even go as far as adding their house address. They have their house address, their street, and then it's not needed. Okay, nobody needs that information from you. It's fine. Just go ahead and have just the country where you are or where you reside. That is enough. That will suffice. All right. So now how do you fix some of these mistakes? All right, some of these red flags. How do you fix them? All right. For the first obviously is grammatical errors. Please, the easiest thing to do is have a second pair of eyes look at this. Somebody else look at this. What do you think? All right. Does this sound good? Is this okay? Is it good to go? But looks at it and like, okay. In fact, have a third pair of eyes look at it as well before you go ahead and submit your CV. All right. Use Grammarly. Check. Proofread carefully. All right. Use AI tool if you have to. Okay. Use AI to put it on ChatGPT. Let it tell you if this is if your grammars are correct or not properly used. Okay. So you don't have or make quote unquote silly mistakes. All right. That will cost you the job. You know, that will make you not get called for an interview because you made it errors. All right. You made grammatical errors. Okay. I spoke about this earlier that you need to turn duties into achievements using numbers, quantify what you have done, use percentage, use percentage, use money to say, okay, I was able to do XYZ, which led in 70% or 90% increase in revenue. That's fine. Percentage is fine. Okay. Quantify what you have done. That way it gives sense of, the number helps them quantify what you have done, which is what you want to do. So yeah, I mean, they can see that you have done this for this company. You can also replicate and even do more or do better with them. Okay. I also talked about how you need to tailor and match tailor every CV. All right. Every tailor your CV to every job description. Okay. Not two CVs, not two jobs have the same job description. Okay. So it's best you just tailor your CV to every job. Don't use a generic CV. Don't use one CV to apply for multiple applications. Okay. Somebody said something, so you keep applying for using the same CV to apply, and then you get rejection, and then you begin to wonder what's wrong. All right. And then they say, if you keep doing the same thing and you get the same result, then it's akin to madness. All right. You're using the same CV, you're applying the same result. I mean, there's no point, right? It's pointless in having to do the same thing. So yes, every CV, every job description, all right, should be tailored, or rather, every CV should be tailored to every job you are applying to. All right, don't use a generic CV in applying. All right. Use again, I talk about pictures. Please drop it. Drop it. A lot of people use this, and I still don't understand why. Okay. I think because people go online, they just type in CV templates, and then when they see templates, they just download and then start using it. All right. CV shouldn't be done like that. All right. And then you just copy the template. I'm like, oh, okay. You gotta use it. And then that CV template has picture. All right. And then you use it. It shouldn't be like that. Okay. Um also use clear titles. All right. Stick to standard professional language. Now, you're a data analyst. All right. I'm looking at your CV. Your CV does not scream data analyst. Your CV is saying something else entirely. All right. Your CV is not telling me that you are a data analyst. Then what is it doing then? Okay. What is it doing? I need to see that this person is a data analyst. How do I see that? Keywords. All right. Clear titles. I need to see that the keywords are there. For instance, Power BI has to be there. Excel, SQL, and stuff like that. Otherwise, I don't know if you're an actual data analyst or you're a fraud. All right. Or this person is just lying and you're faking it, stuff like that. So be clear and most importantly, be concise. Okay. Be concise in your CV. All right. So you don't want to have a CV where you have 3, 4, 5 pages on as your resume. nobody will look at that. All right, they'll get bored and then they just move along. Okay, so use very simple, short, clear, and concise CV. All right. Um, so using vague phrases or generic line, could be costing you the opportunity. All right. So you need to be smart with your edits, using clear titles, showing results, and tailoring your CV to each role. That way, recruiters will get to quickly notice you. All right. So I talk about keeping it very short. Your CV should be short. If you have less than 5 years of experience, there's no reason why your CV should be more than 2 pages. There's no reason why it should be more than 2 pages. All right. So use bullet point and clean formatting, and then start each word with action word. How you're able to lead, how you are able to improve. Again, you have to be selfish when writing your CV. I did this. I did XYZ. I was able to do this. I led this. Even though you didn't lead that team, you led that team. Okay. You need to own the project you have done. Let them know that it's because of you. All right. Because of you that the company was able to generate this revenue. Okay. So be selfish, use action words, lead, improve, increase. That way it will scream that you added value to your organization. All right. So job postings are wish lists. You need to tailor every I mean, it might be tasking to do, but that is the truth. You need to do it. Okay. It's tasking to do. It's hard to have to tailor every CV to job, but yes, it has to be done. All right. So job postings and your CV. So once they post a job, you look at the JD. What you have to do is tailor your CV to that JD, and then you are good to go. All right. So the company is telling you what they want. You are telling them that what you want, I can provide. As simple as that. All right. And then you're good to go. So I mean, truth is, we have a lot of tools out there that people use now to make the applications a whole lot smoother. Grammarly, Jobalytics, even AI tools are there to make your applications a whole lot smoother and sweet without stress. Okay, so you don't have to go through the conventional way of having to manually do things yourself. AI tools are there to make things easy for you. All right. So ATS, like I spoke about it earlier, your CV is not properly written before it gets to a recruiter. Before it gets to a recruiter, you get bounced. All right. So before even somebody actually sees your CV, it's out rejected. Not because the recruiter saw it, but because ATS just bounced it. Okay. Because you have a lot of fuzzy words on your CV, you don't have keywords on your CV, and then you wanted to call you, nah, they wouldn't. Okay, because they don't find that CV to be worthy of them interviewing. I personally do it. But if I don't see the CV, if it's not good enough, I feel that there's no need in wasting time in speaking with you. I guess next candidates, all right, next applicants. Let's look at the person. Person is good enough, yes, then it's probably worth our time. So that's the honest truth about resumes. All right. So now, how do you need to learn interviews? I said earlier, it is tasking to have to tailor CV, to job description. Yes, it's difficult. All right, it's tasking. I'm not going to lie. All right. Now imagine you have to do this for about 10 jobs every day. Imagine this has to be done for 10 jobs every single day. You get tired. All right. You get tired. And the reality is it's a numbers game. Okay. You need to apply to jobs to get a call back from recruiters. You need to apply for them to call you. All right. To get interviewed. Okay. So the number of jobs you apply to. However, in as much as this is true, you also need to be strategic in application. It's not just by applying randomly. All right. You don't apply randomly and think that, okay, any job you see, you apply. It wouldn't work that way. All right. So you need to apply to a good number of jobs every day to get an offer. All right. Now, this is where we come in at Talent Loop. All right. This is where we call in at Talent Loop. We'll help you get every single of your applications done. All right. All we require from you is So sit back, watch us do our thing, and land that interview. As simple as that. All right. Because like I said, it's stressful, it's daunting having to do this yourself. All right. So allow us to take that stress off you. Let's take it off you, apply to these jobs. And by applying, we don't just apply to conventional sites. Okay. We don't apply to conventional sites. All right. We have paid job board that we've applied to, where we jobs that you don't find in conventional places are posted. All right. We have access to them. We apply to this job site, get the interview to you, and then depending on what package you pay for, we also prep you for the interview. The truth is, the end goal is for you to secure that job, get that job. Okay, that is what we want, and they get the job. So you're not applying to places where you've seen maybe in the last 2 hours 500 people have applied to that job, and then you are competing with 500 people to get an interview. Okay, that's not what we want to do. All right, we want to apply to solid jobs that has less traffic. Less traffic means jobs that are not posted on conventional sites. That is just what it is. Okay, so we're able to do a talent look for you. Okay, so aside CV now, okay, we will also review and revamp your LinkedIn. All right, because the truth is, yes, you want to apply to these jobs, okay, but also you want recruiters to be the one to come to you. Hello, Richard. I saw your profile, and it seems I have a job open at XYZ, and then I feel like you'd be a perfect match for it. It's easier, it is sweeter that way. All right, it makes more sense that way, because now they are coming to you because they've now seen that you are valuable to them. All right, okay, this person is very good, so let's poach the person now, so to speak. Let's poach the person, because I've had recruiters even approach on LinkedIn, sending me message like, hey, hi Abdul Rashid, and opening at XYZ, and I'm like, no, I'm not open to this. And then the recruiter said, if he's anybody you think is good for this role or part for this role, please send them my way. And I called somebody in that region, and the person said, nah, they're not willing to relocate. And I told him, oh, sorry about I couldn't get you anybody. And like, it's fine, no problem at all. All right. That's because after some days he sent me a message asking me, do you have anybody for him now? Now, why did he do that? Because he has gone through my profile on LinkedIn, seen what I have on my LinkedIn, and okay, I need to get this guy. All right. So if I don't get the guy, he can get in somebody else. All right. If he's this good, then he can get in somebody else that's also good as well. As simple as that. So you want to get poached by recruiters, okay? You want to get noticed by recruiters. When people go online and search for data analysts, you want to be among the top searches. That's where they can see your profile, you become very visible, and then recruiters begin to, come to you for jobs, okay? So again, we apply to about 10 to 15 jobs in a day for you. All right. Everything about your application is completely handled by us. Your CV, your cover letter, your LinkedIn, everything will be handled by us. Okay. All you just have to do is give us your old CV, and then we basically revamp it and make it into something outstanding. All right. That is, just sit back, watch us do our thing, and get to that job. As easy as that. All right. So at the end of the day, we guarantee you 3 interviews within a period of 6 to 8 weeks. Now, remember that I said earlier that the goal or the idea is to get you the job itself. Okay, but the interview is the first step in getting you that job. So if you don't get the interviews, there's no way you get called. All right, there's no way you get a job. Okay, so getting that interview, we believe that if you don't pass the first interview, all right, you have 2 and 3. Okay, you have 2 more interviews to to ace. All right. I remember there's a client we worked with a couple of months back, and then the person had 4 interviews at a stretch. So this happened between in less than a month. All right, this happened in less than a month, and then the person was like, "Do you know what? Just stop. Let me take the interviews, and then she got it. She got the job anyways. She did the first interview, got the job, and that was it. All right. So getting those interviews, at the end of the day, we want to get a job. That is the end goal, getting the jobs. Okay. So we will handle all your application process, everything from beginning to end, from Genesis to Revelation will be handled by us. Every single thing. Just watch us do our thing, basically. All right. So um when getting those interviews, we don't just leave you to go and handle, okay, here's the interview, go and do your thing yourself. No, we'll still prep you, all right? Because I said the end goal is to get to the job, all right? Get to the interviews, still prep you so you get a job, all right? Because when you get a job, that is what we want, all right? So yes, this is where we come in and help you handle all your application process. Now, um, we have just 10 slots left for the July batch. All right. We have 10 slots left for the July batch because the May batch is, I mean, we don't the May batch, the June batch also is completely filled up. All right. We just have 10 slots left for the July batch. As soon as the July batch is also filled, we move everybody to the August batch. Now, why do we do this? It's not about taking your money and saying, oh, you are paid, come into the pipeline. No, we want to handle everybody, give them the, um, give them the time and also the attention they need in getting that interview. All right. So once we don't take money we can handle, once we get the number that we need for the month of July, we move everybody to August. Now this is June. The June slot is filled up. We can't work with anybody this month anymore. All right. So move to the July batch. If the July batch gets filled up, we move to August. If before August batch gets filled up, we move to September. So long as we can handle the people, we accommodate them. If we can't, we move. All right. And that's just the plain truth. All right. So we have series of testimonials from people we have worked with. All right. This was from NA. All right. So NA completed data science training with Analytics, which is our sister company, and then she enrolled with Talent Loop. All right, 2025 January, and we were able to land that interviews, which eventually turned into getting her a job as a data scientist in April. All right, and this was just within 2 months of working with her. Right, there are lots of testimonials from people, and this is just from NA. This was when NA sent us a message on WhatsApp, about the whole interview, about the job, all right. And then she got the job, she got the offer. So it says here, I got the offer, all right. And then she was really excited about the whole thing. Same thing with Yetunde. Yetunde is in the US, and we were able to get her series of interviews, all right, which she eventually got a job with a class in New York. And again, this was about a month working with Yetunde. So we have track record, all right. This also was from Yetunde when she did get the interview and the job as well. So Temidayo, all right. I remember this person very well because I was in contact with her when she got the job. Okay. And for Temidayo, even when we prepped her for the interview and she got the job, I remember Temidayo calling me, asking me, please, I need the lady that prepped me for the interview. I need her number. I want to speak with her and thank her personally. All right, because she was so impressed with what we did that she wanted to personally thank the person. And this was when she sent a message that she got the job. Temidayo was a client that we worked with that got about 4 interviews in about a month, and then we're like, nah, let me just handle this first. It's okay. Let me handle this job. Let me handle these interviews first. All right. And then at the first go, she got it. So she didn't even need to take the other interviews anymore. And Temidayo is in Canada. So we work with clients in Canada, the US, UK, Nigeria, and different areas, across of the world, basically. So yes, we have a lot of them actually. All right, Mrs. Messi, Cristiana, and I wouldn't want to take your time. Otherwise, I would have played the recordings here. However, recordings will be made available, and then the slides also made available to you, so you can decide to watch the recordings and hear what these people have to say about Talent Loop. All right. So if you, I think the recording will sent to you. If you do register for this, if you do fill the form, I beg your pardon, you get the recording, and also you will get the slides that I'm using currently. So yes, we have quite a number of them, honestly. Okay, but for lack of time, due to time, I wouldn't want to waste our time in having to go through all of them. So yes, now Talent Loop, we have three packages. Okay, we have three packages. We have the basic package, the premium package, and also the comprehensive package. Now, these packages are different. Okay, now the first package is the basic package. All right. Oh, I only want you guys to help me revamp my CV and fix my LinkedIn. Okay, I don't want anything else. Don't worry. I can go ahead and do the rest of the stuff myself. All right. I can apply myself. I know the job boards to apply to. Just help me fix my CV and LinkedIn. That's what the basic is all about. Okay. We'll help you revamp your CV, fix your LinkedIn, and then we'll give it to you. You can now go ahead and in fact, we'll give you your CV in both PDF and Word format, so you can always edit it and do as you wish with it. Okay. That is it. So that goes for 50 USD. All right. It goes for 50 US dollars. And the premium package, now you want us to handle everything for you, your application, your CV, your LinkedIn, your cover letter, everything we'll do. All right. And also guarantee you 3 interviews in the space of 6 to 8 weeks. All right. That is what the premium offers. 6 to 8 weeks, fix your CV, fix your LinkedIn. When we fix your CV and LinkedIn, we'll also give you a copy of your CV just so you have it. However, we'll go ahead and continue applying and, get to the interviews. So when you get to the interviews, you go, in there and take the interviews and then get the job. All right. And that's going for $150. Okay. 150 US dollars. Now the last package is the comprehensive package. Now that package is everything the premium offers. All right. Except that the premium pack and the comprehensive package would now it includes us prepping you for the interviews. All right. The premium, we don't prep for interviews. All right. However, the comprehensive package will prep for the interviews. You have assessments we need help with, will help you with your assessment. All right. You have been sent an Excel file to do XYZ, will help you all through. All right. The first interview is passed, the next interview involves you taking an assessment, will help you do all of that stuff. All right. So those are the three packages that we have. All right. The basic package, the premium package, and the comprehensive. Basic is just we fixing your LinkedIn and your CV. Premium is we'll apply, get you 3 interviews. All right. But we will not prep you for the interviews. Comprehensive, get you the interviews and then prep you for the interviews, help you with your assessments. All right. Making sure you get the job. All right. Now, if you want to register for the next batch, all right. Apologies. Trying to get this done. Um, okay, I think I'm good now. Okay, can we see my screen now? Guys, can we see my screen? Can we still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see your screen.
Oh, amazing, amazing. All right, thank you. All right, so you want to register for the next batch. All right, you click on that link, and then it brings you straight to um this page. All right, now this is where you basically subscribe. All right, you want to subscribe for the compensation package. You click on this link, the premium, and then the basic. All right, now if I were to subscribe for this package, I will click on this. All right, so just allow it load. It's taking a minute. All right. So yes, so depending on where you are, you want to see the equivalent of the fee. Okay. So this is the current fee in Naira, and then I'm just going to click on subscribe now. Subscribe now. All right. So I'm going to enter. I mean to ask for your details, your full name, your email address, and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add. Just enter my name, Rashid. I'm going to enter Rashid at gmail.com. All right. And then total due is 425,000 Naira. And then I'll click on. So you can add your phone number actually. All right. So add your phone number if you want to. And then you click on proceed. All right. So proceed. And then, you click on how you want to pay. To pay with debit card. So just click on that, and then yes, so you enter your card details. All right, enter your card details. All right. So enter your card details, and then you're good to go. You make your payments. All right. Then you make your payment. All right. Once you make your payment, we'll receive it, and then we'll send you an email and also call you. Then we'll schedule an onboarding. All right. So then onboarding. All right, then we onboard you, and then basically speak with you and tell you the whole process, documents we'll need from you and everything. We'll just kick off from there. All right, and then after which you get assigned to an employability expert, which will be specifically assigned to you, that will help you with all of this process. All right, somebody will be assigned to you to help you with your applications. Okay, and then we work together, in helping you achieve a goal, which is securing those interviews. All right. And in 6 to 8 weeks, the idea is to get you those interviews, and eventually get you that job. All right. Which is what we offer. And that is basically it. All right. So you click on the link, make your payments, and you're good to go. All right. I know I've been talking for a minute. All right. So I've taken your precious 1 hour or thereabouts, and I hope we're able to learn one or two things. All right. However, it's possible you have a couple of questions, and I'm open to taking them. So if you have questions and you need clarity on some things, you can ask. And if you don't want to ask now, you can also book a clarity session. All right. You will have a one-on-one call with an expert, with a career coach, that will help you understand where you are and help you, get to where you want to be. Okay. So you can book a one-on-one call with us, and we are always willing to speak with you to help you get to where you want to be. All right. However, if you have a question now you want to ask, please feel free and ask. Can you get Yemi? Are you there? Rufus, Ellen. Yes, do you prep for interview for every career or specialize in data? Oh, okay. So I mean, I guess you asking that because I'm talking about data. All right. I have sentiments towards data, hence why I always use it as an example. All right. No, actually any career. Okay. Um, we actually have people, that are, that their job is just to prep for the interview. Okay, where people that apply for these jobs, your career coach, your employability partners are not your people that will prep you for those interviews. You have people, industry experts that will prep you for these interviews. Okay. No man is in data always. It's just where I play in. So I tend to always use data as example most of the times. So Ellen, does that answer your question? Give me a thumbs up if it does. All right, amazing. Thanks. Yeah, Rufus, go for it. Go ahead, please.
Actually, I'm a refugee status, yeah.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I'm a refugee status, yeah. I need to update my CP, so I'll start contact you later.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I say I just got my refugee status, yeah, and I need the CP to move on with my life.
Okay, all right, no problem at all. We can help you with that. All right, 100%. Yeah. All right, thank you, Rufus. All right, do we have any other questions? So please, again, remember you can always book a one-on-one career if you want the career coaches, and if you need clarity, you need more clarity on, or you have more questions, you want to ask, you can always book, and then we speak with the career coach that will help you answer whatever questions you have. All right, and to help you, again, use. Yes. So yes. So my colleague has sent. So how can I book for the career coaching? All right. So yes, we'll also send you the link for the career. So that's it there. It's been sent on the group chat to book on a call with a career coach. All right. You can. So Eddie, so it's been sent on the chat here. Can you confirm you've gotten that? Okay, amazing. Okay, it's been sent. Yes, Ugochukwu, you got saying something? Okay, all right. I really must thank you guys for taking our time to be here. I understand we have things we want to do. However, taking our time to come listen to me speak. All right. Thank you all again, once again, for joining, and do enjoy the rest of your night and have a wonderful weekend ahead. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Hello.